This fog's crazy. I'm gonna put my blinkers on. Slow and steady. This is me getting ready for a nice day of fishing on the Grand. Today's target, I think pretty obviously, is brown trout. It's just a beautiful day to be out. It is going to be pretty sunny today, so I think the first couple of hours are going to be hopefully good fishing, and then we'll have to go a little deeper with nymphs. That is the plan. Morning, guys. As you can see, it's a beautiful day today. We are on the Grand River fishing for brown trout. It's around 7:15 a.m. On the Sunday. My plan of action is to do two things. So first, I'm going to be throwing streamers. So although the sun is starting to hit the water, I think I still have like maybe half an hour of streamer water left. So basically the browns are going to be more active and aggressive and trying to hit streamers early on where the sun's not out yet. And in the second half, I'm going to use a more nymphing kind of strategy. So that'll help me get deeper to where the trout might be holding once the sun's out. So see you on the water. I'm gonna cinch that barb down because this is a barbless section. Yeah, that should do it. I'd say that's pretty cinched. So before I forget, let me go over my flies for today. For this streamer section, I'm going to be using some of these streamers. So this is like a muddler minnow. I have a similar one on my rod here. And then these are just woolly buggers, olive and tan. So if I'm not getting hits on the minnow, I'm just going to switch over to an olive or a tan bugger and see how that goes, because the water's starting to clear up and it's getting more sunny. So I think the more natural presentations might help. And then later in the day, so some of these weighted nymphs, that's what I'm going to be using. So depending on conditions, again, I'll probably go with a caddis nymph or a pheasant tail. We'll see how that goes, but again, that's going to be the second part of this video. So the sun's coming out now, so pretty soon we're gonna have to switch into nymphing, because the browns are not gonna be as aggressive and running towards these streamers as they would have in low light. So maybe like 20 more minutes just to like suss out these riffles, and then off we go, right? Off we go nymphing. We have a olive green bugger with some flash, so hopefully that performs better if the fish are here. I'm sure there's at least a fish, and if not, then that's our answer, right? Like, we need to switch over to a different technique because they're not biting anymore. At least they're not biting streamers anymore. Okay, I'm gonna call it, guys. I think a few more casts and then we're done with this section. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Euro section because I have a separate rod for that. It's supposed to be more sensitive. Historically, I've just used this rod for everything, including salmon fishing in BC and catching like brook trout. So I think finally having a rod that sort of meant for a certain thing, actually pretty good. We're moving to our next spot, which is deeper. The sun's out, so the fish are probably gonna go deeper, and we're gonna try nymphing. So the streamer section didn't go as well as we planned, but all that means is we're gonna move over to Euro nymphing. This is probably the higher probability technique, just because it's so sunny. Fish are gonna be holed up in the deeper spots, and I can see potentially a few deep spots here. If not here, then maybe I'll wait downstream and check that out. Stringing through a really long monoliter. So this is a slider. This is basically an indicator that's going to tell me if a fish has taken the nymph. It's much more sensitive than float fishing. So the only caveat and the catch is it takes a while to understand what a take looks like, because any hesitation or like even stoppage of the line, especially for the right depth, that's probably a fish, and then you're gonna need to set the hook quickly, right? So I think it's time to like get into fish now. So I will see you guys on the water. Oh, you just gotta land in my spot, don't you? So what I'm doing is I'm just moving the rod a little ahead of the fly downstream, so my line's actually at a slight angle. And that's what's gonna keep the fly at the right depth. Hey guys, so change in strategy. So initially I was trying to like cover the slower, deeper pools, but the water's so clear that I don't think they're gonna hold there. Like you can see them even if it's a 6-foot pool. So what I'm now trying to do is nymph in the riffles actually. Sometimes fish hold there, and the other thing I'm doing is I'm fishing on that side where it's shady. So earlier on I was fishing on this side, toward this side, which was sunny. So the sun's like behind me to the right, which means all this area is going to be shaded because of these trees. So again, I'm going to be nymphing. I'm not streamer fishing now, but I think if I'm careful and if I'm intentional, like this should land in a fish or two, hopefully, because I've nymphed similar water before, not this river, but Upper Credit, and it's worked out pretty fine. Although nymph has to be in the water for this to work. And you want to be fishing upstream, guys, so like if there's a fish, I don't want it to be looking at me, waving my arms around trying to cast at it. I also don't want to be so noisy, but it's okay. Okay, there. So similar strategy here. Gonna move back and come this way. Interesting spots, maybe near that tree on the far side as well. So I'm gonna like start here, fish these seams, and then go near the tree. toward that side and see if there's something worth fishing. There's like a seam or something over there, if you can see, and the only safe way to get to there is from here. Okay, such a beautiful river, honestly. It's a it's a little shame I didn't get any fish yet, but I don't regret it. This is an awesome morning to do on a long weekend, right? So I waited a bit down from the bridge where I started off. I'm looking for like pockets of water that are also shaded, and there's not that many, right? So if I'm looking downstream, there's maybe one or two spots over there, maybe over there. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try fishing these. There's a couple of spots here that look interesting. I'm gonna try fishing them or nymphing here. And if I don't get anything, I'm probably gonna go pack up, head back to the car, and see if I can stop at maybe a different spot a little more downstream, which should hopefully have a little more flow, deeper water, right? And then not as clear, hopefully. But we'll see. Just gonna spend 15 minutes here, and then start to head back. Fly change. I'm going with this weighted stonefly because, well, I caught my biggest wild brown ever on a weighted stonefly. So I guess using the ooh, that's heavy. Using what worked for me before, I guess, pretty much. And all of these are barbless because that's the regulation here. Right. I think I'm gonna start heading back just because I think there's not enough spots down there to make it worth a hike down. So start heading back now. And maybe hit a couple of spots on the way. I'm not sure you can see it, guys, because I see a turtle right there. That's super cool. We're at a different spot. Hopefully this should yield something, but I'm not going to be here a long time, maybe 20-30 minutes, so I think I just want to make that time count. So I'm going to go for a spot I think is good and fish that for a while. Keep moving. Is that a fish? Okay guys, some reflections. Honestly, I had a great time today. It was a great day to be out, just to learn the river. It's my first time at the Grand. I'm sure I'll be back. I don't know what exactly I was doing wrong, and maybe I wasn't doing anything wrong. It's just conditions weren't conducive to landing many fish, or any fish to this matter. But yeah, it's a great river. I'll be back. I learned a little bit, I think. You know what? Never give up. And next time, hopefully, we can get into some dry flies. Alright, thanks for watching.